Hello, girls, guys, or otherwise. This is Rich, and welcome to another Christo-Paganism Sunday. Today we are talking about Lent. We have Lent coming up on Wednesday, so I figured I would cover a little bit about Lent and talk about this a little bit. Sorry about hitting the mic. Let's take a drink of some passion fruit here. I I'm doing this late on Saturday night. And if you realize from yesterday's video, I haven't changed. Um, really engrossed in and also really disappointed in the results from the impeachment trial. Not going to get into it. Very painful. I did actually break down and cry. I'm not going to lie. Um, because it it just hurts as somebody that has spent years. And let me go ahead and turn this off so I'm not looking over there. For somebody who has spent years in the military, it's hurtful to see that, you know, it would be easier to have somebody get kicked out of the military than hold somebody else accountable. And that an attack on our capital, um, a place that I I look to with such reverence was desecrated, and the people there don't want to take responsibility for it, for or hold somebody accountable for it, um, is really quite hurtful. And I'm sorry if you guys. I don't know if the mic is going to pick it up, but there is some shouting and carrying on going on outside of I don't know where they're at near my house, but somebody's out there shouting and they need to shut up because I gotta record a video and that's just what's gonna happen. Anyway, we're going to get past all of that. We're going to move forward because we are going into the season of Lent. Um, I have spoken on this in the past with my 40-day empowerment journey. It was actually like 42 days, if I remember correctly. I did, or 42 videos that I did, if I'm remembering correctly. Whenever I was in Korea, I did this 40-day empowerment journey set to a friend of mine wrote a poem, and uh, I set the empowerment journey to each line in that poem or each verse in that poem. It was fantastic. So, we're talking about Lent. So, if you are not aware, if you haven't celebrated in the past, or maybe you have and you do, and this is just a recap, Lent is 40 days minus Sundays, so it comes out to like 46 or something like that. Days uh, before Easter Sunday. And Easter Sunday, if you know how to calculate it, which is very interesting that this is the way that they calculate it, because you don't think nowadays of the Jewish and Christian faiths being ones of following the moon cycles. Judaism did. And hence Christianity kind of picked up that part, at least with Easter. Easter is one of those movable dates that moves around and nobody really ever knows whenever it is until you look on a calendar and it says it there. But Easter is the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. I think I got all that right. So it's really weird how they do the calculations and everything. I don't know exactly why they do the calculations that way. I never really looked into that, and I may have to do a video on that one in the future. I do have a couple people who have written in to Christo-Paganism.com. If you guys have not visited Christo-Paganism.com, do go and do that. You can send me questions to Christopaganism.com at gmail.com. feel free to reach out that way. As of right now, the website, I do have it locked until we get some background stuff done to the website to keep spammers out. Anyway, I do have some people that are, if that light is flickering, I don't know why, but it has something to do with a plug. It's not anything weird. Anyway, focus, Rich. I am all over the place, guys. I am so sorry. And I'm not editing this down. Just not going to. We're going to live. We're going to strive past this. Anyway, I have a couple people that are in front, but I might be able to squeeze that in before Easter itself. But anyway, I do have a couple people who have written in requests and all those, so I do want to honor those by getting those done first. But if you have any questions or anything like that, and that will also give me time to look into why is Easter the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. Very odd timing. Anyway, from that date, we go back 46 days, I believe it is, to Ash Wednesday, whenever all of this starts, which would be this Wednesday, the 17th of February. And if you're wondering what the flipping of the pages it is my planner, the 17th of February, and I believe April 3rd is the last day of Lent, which means April 4th is Easter Sunday. Anyway, so we celebrate these 40 days, and, well, we have them, and we usually celebrate them. Many Catholics, they will give something up. They will encourage people to give something up, such as meat. Some people give up smoking. Some people fast. Maybe you can abstain from eating something particular, or drinking something in particular. If you don't want to do that, because after all, we are in quarantine and it's a bitch. So if you want to avoid the cutting out of certain imbibing factors in your life, or certain factors of sustenance in your life, I understand that. And that's why I proposed a couple years back, whenever I was doing the 40-day empowerment journey, that maybe we don't necessarily have to give something up, but instead we take something up. We research something. We form a habit of sorts. So even though it's something that I have already done in the past, I am going to try to make it a habit to say at least one strand of the rosary. And I don't have mine here in front of me. Hold, please. So I am going to say one strand of the rosary, so that is the 50 prayers, or 55 prayers on here, plus the 5 here, so 60 prayers, plus the cross and all that other stuff. Anyway, so the 60 some odd prayers in all for one rosary. Now, if I really wanted to be good, and this is going to be the Gnostic rosary, it's not going to be the Catholic rosary, just FYI. And I do need to do a video on that, doing the prayers and whatnot with you guys. So look for that to come up too. If I wanted to do the full rosary, I could do what would traditionally be, instead of 50 prayers, 150 prayers, signifying the Psalms and whatnot. But I'll tell you this, it takes me about 20 minutes to get through a strand of rosary, and I have done in the past the entirety of the rosary in one shot. So that's going around this, 3 times, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Yes, 3 times 50. Yeah, that's 150. Dude. Math genius. So, yes, going through this 3 times, if you're actually vocalizing it, yeah, I went hoarse that day. It was not fun. So, just checking my phone there because I'm getting alerts on my watch. It's news alerts. Doesn't matter. I just want to make sure it wasn't somebody texting me and it being something important. Drink. So, that's one habit that I'm going to take up is at least saying the saying a mystery every day. And there are different mysteries for the Gnostics and whatnot, and I think that they are quite beautiful. Now, you can also say the mysteries within the Catholic traditions. So, whichever one feels right for you. You can also come up with your own inner mysteries, or you can just say it and just keep going and going. So, that is something that I'm going to do. Is I'm going to take up saying the Rosary, trying to say it at least once a day to get that habit formed. Um, like I said, a lot of people tend to give something up for Lent. Um, I would urge that if you are one of those people that want to give something up, um, seeing that it is supposed to be a sacrifice, do not choose what you give up. Have somebody else choose what you're going to give up for 40 days, or for the 46 days. You can imbibe and eat and do everything that you have sacrificed on Easter Sunday. Now, if you are trying to give up something like smoking, should probably do that. Anyway, I should probably do that. I'm just going to say that. Um, but if you're going to give up smoking, I wouldn't suggest congratulating yourself on 40 days of abstinence from smoking with having a puff of a cigarette. Just saying. If you're going to give up a bad habit that you intend to continue to give up, keep on going after Easter. But if it is something like giving up meat or giving up chocolate, giving up, alcoholic beverages, what have you, for those 46 days, if you're going to give them up for that long, and you still intend on imbibing afterwards, then, do so responsibly, of course. You're a grown adult, you do what you want, but I would stress be responsible. Um, and really sit in that space of, giving something up and letting something go for a little bit and reorganizing your thoughts and processes of what that thing means to you and if you really need it and whatnot. Especially if you're giving up something like chocolate. If you are somebody that likes to eat chocolate all the time and that is your huge vice, try going without it for the 46 days. And whenever you come back, not only will you know that you can live without it, but you will also appreciate it more. So you're going to enjoy that chocolate a lot more whenever you're allowed to eat it once again. So just a couple suggestions, nothing you absolutely have to do. Just a couple things that I suggest if you would like to abstain from something during Lent. Again, I like to try to reverse that and take something up. The one year I did the 40-day empowerment journey. The last couple years I've kind of been lax, not gonna lie. But this year, saying the rosary at least once a day, the regular rosary, not the entirety of the rosary, the 3 times around. Yeah, that's not gonna happen on the regular day. Just gonna say that. But at least going through the rosary one time would be a good habit for me to pick up in my daily life. Um, Also, I have an issue remembering the prayers and whatnot, and I do have a certain set of prayers that I go by. So, training myself to say those prayers and really dig into those those prayers individually and how they speak to me and whatnot. So, because this is really a devotion between myself and Sophia, as you can probably see behind me. I don't know. I turned the screen off so I can't see myself. It's a huge distraction, just saying. Anyway, so yeah, are you giving something up for Lent? Are you taking something up for Lent? Are you doing anything for Lent? Hmm? Um, Again, this is something that you can do to challenge yourself. It doesn't necessarily need to be connected to a religious view. It helps if it is, but if it's not, don't feel obligated that you have to be of a certain religion or a certain practice in order to do this. This is something that you can choose as benchmark A, benchmark B. There you go. You did it. That type of thing. It's almost like New Year's, New Year, New Me type thing, except it's later in the year whenever we've already gotten past all of our resolutions and, you know, conceded those resolutions to actually be something that happens during that year. This is kind of a restart, a re-jump start on, taking something up or giving something up. So, anyway, are you doing something for Lent? Are you giving something up? Are you taking something up? Are you doing both? If you're doing both, congratulations. You are the type that really like to beat yourself up. I cannot do that just because, yeah, I don't have that much willpower. Little baby steps, tiny, tiny baby steps. Let's keep it at that. Anyway, now I'm just rambling. I was actually probably rambling like 10 minutes ago. But hey, that's what you get. Anyway, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Remember to tune in on Tuesday because we are discussing the Five of Swords. So join me then. On Wednesday this week, we are covering cinnamon. So we're going to be talking about cinnamon. Of course, Table Talk Thursday is not going to tell you the topic. We're off on Friday. Tune in for the Inner Temple of Witchcraft, Chapter 8 on Saturday. Now, on that note, I may, and I don't think I put it in the video yesterday, I may end up doing this in 2 videos. It is a really long chapter. Or I may just not talk as much about it. So, and then we're back to Christo-Paganism Sunday, which we will be talking about prayer, which I said earlier this week that that's what today's topic was going to be. But no, it is next week's topic because Lent is starting this week, and I wanted to cover that before that day comes and goes. So anyway, join me on those days for those different events and whatnot. In the meantime, go ahead and go down into the nether regions, hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell notification so you will be notified whenever I post a video, and leave a comment section below telling me what you are giving up, what you are taking up, are you doing both, and how, and if you are, how much of a sadist are you? So, anyway, until next time, may you guys have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye.